If you're as excited as I am about New Comic Book Day, you're in the right place. I'm Comic Man Andy. Welcome to the Comic Dojo. Like, comment, subscribe down below, and stay tuned to find out just how much I spent on this New Comic Book Day. It's crazy. Once again, welcome back, everybody. This New Comic Book Day, cut right to the chase. The grand total for today, and this is a barn-burning, record-breaking number for the Comic Dojo, was $434.79. To see what I spent all that money on for this New Comic Book Day, you got to buckle up and sit right here. We're going to go over the books. We're going to go over the reads. We're going to go over the covers. We're going to do some announcements maybe, and we might recap the books later on after that. We'll see what happens there. But once again, welcome everybody to New Comic Book Day Wednesday. I am absolutely pumped. It's a barn burner tonight. It's a barn burner. We had tailgaters in the chat at the very beginning. What is up, everybody? Paul Dunn says, "Can I get an oh yeah?" Absolutely. Come on, Mama says, "Happy New Comic Book Day." Paul Dunn, no, not 2,500, man. Not 2,500. Nope. Don Davis, what is up, man? Good to see you. Congratulations again on your quadruple cover ASM 361. Getting that back from grading. Awesome stuff, man. JP's budget collecting. Good to see you, man. Andy in the chat. That's all? Are you kidding me? That's the most I've ever spent on New Comic Book Day. I was trying to trim the budget way down and try to get out of buying books, but that's almost Yahtzee money. I don't think so. What's up, Mom? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Oh, man. While we get ready here, we are going to have a fun time tonight. Boy, oh boy. We're working to stream on Twitch tonight, too. It's actually sending me some notifications. But we're going to get into these books. Everybody watching this on the replay wants to see these books. And it is previews week. And it is a special previews week for me because you got Saga on the cover there. The cover 55 when Saga comes back in January. We're just 2.5 short months away from Saga being back. Holy moly. What's that? Yeah, I know I wish it was higher, but still a quadruple cover at that grade is not bad. Not bad at all, considering it was just kind of bouncing around and you stumbled on it, right? But previews week, if you choose to use previews, don't forget it's this week, or at least the print catalog, I mean. Setting that aside, holy moly, I'm nervous, guys. I'm nervous. We're going to dip right into the books, though. There was not anywhere near as much reading as I hoped to get done this week. I was busy right up until like 7:45 tonight, but we did get probably the best ongoing series with Marvel still is Daredevil issue 35. I can't wait to get caught up on this one. If you've been reading Daredevil, you've probably stuck with it like I have, and you've enjoyed it. And I know I'm going to enjoy this issue because that is, yeah, I got to thank Supplements Comics for putting me on that when it first started. And he's like, "You're missing out if you don't read this." And I definitely got into it. Holy moly, Paul Dunn. How many copies of Saga 55 am I ordering? I'm probably going to go 2 copies. No variants, obviously, because BKV is saying no variants. 2 copies. 1 to send off for grading right away and 1 to actually sit down and read. Andy going to order 3 reader copies and 6 pre-order 9/8 of new Saga. You know what? Depending on what people out there do for the pre-orders on that, I might just buy 1 copy of the LCS to read, and I might pre-order my 9/8 to continue working on that run. How is it never put House of Slaughter? Oh, you never put House of Slaughter on your pull list? Maybe the shop we still have. You know, maybe it was a good thing that you didn't put it on your pull list because, like I said, today's grand total for New Comic Book Day was $434.79. That's not just House of Slaughter. There are other books on there. But we planned for it, right? We knew House of Slaughter was going to be a big week. I knew I wanted to order all covers, all copies, all printings for my LCS, and I knew that they were going to drop a ton of covers for this release. Thankfully, the 1 in 1,000 did get delayed till next week. But yes, so there it is. There's the first Marvel cover for the week, the Daredevil 35 pickup. Can't wait to read that. Darth Vader 17 is out this week, and if you've been reading that Pack Vader run, you've been enjoying it quite a bit. I know you have, because I know I have. I haven't been able to dip into that tonight. Gonna get into it. You guys can punish me later for not reading as many books as I probably should be for a Wednesday. But speaking of Star Wars, I was actually kind of surprised at how many variants the IG-88 one shot had, and this Born to Kill cover is pretty dope. Pretty killer. IG-88, flip through it a little bit. It looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. It looks like it's going to be a good read. They did a black and white variant, which I don't think Star Wars Marvel's done that a lot with Star Wars. That was kind of neat to see. Lots of shading in that. It's not just a straight black and white. That's got a lot of grayscale in there, or however you pronounce it. But I am kind of digging these with the information. It's like the back of an action card, or the back of just an action card. So IG-88, lots of stats, lots of details on there. Wait, you spent $400 on new comic? Yes. $434.79 to be exact, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. Good Lord, bro. Absolutely. Yes. $2.99 book with a midnight release. $2.99 book with a midnight. Are you saying Saga? Yes, Saga. They're staying at $2.99 with a midnight release. Good to know. But the Marvel's kind of killing it with some variants this week with IG-80. I love this one with Han Solo and the Carbonite on the front. And then the 1 in 25. I didn't realize they were going to do a 1 in 25 for IG-88. Not bad. Not kind of what I would have expected this to be one of the other variants, actually. And then, a different 1 in 25, actually. Something a little more striking, a little more pop, a little more eye-catching. Either way, we grabbed all the IG-88s. I didn't get a chance to read it, like I said, but I've got to dig into it. And they usually have been quite surprising in some of those one-shots in a good way. But next up, that was all the Marvel books. No DC books this week, but Image. We're on to Image. Time Before Time number 6 is out, and this is going to be the book that they're either going to hook me or they're going to play catch and release with me. And I'm probably going to drop this off the pull list depending on how this issue goes once I reread issue 5. The Pat, what is up, man? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. We're moving pretty quickly through the books because if we're going to do a replay or if we're going to do a rehashing of the books later on, it's going to take a little bit because we've already gone through 6 or 7 books, and there's still all of this left to go through yet. So it's going to be quite a day. And like I said, this is the biggest new comic book day we've ever done. Nick the Comic Nerd, AO. We're going to keep rolling on these books here. Walking Dead Deluxe number 25 is out. I wish I would have flipped through this. I wish I would have made time because once again, I'm going to say it like I say it every time. I am really digging an opportunity to relive this release issue to issue in full color. And it's twice a month. It's $3.99 minus my discount at my LCS makes it like $6, just over $6 a month to keep up with this and go issue to issue. That's not that much. That's not that much, especially when it comes to Walking Dead, right? And they're going through all of them. So eventually I'll have a nice full set of single issues again. Then sticking with Image, we've got Oblivion Song 34 is out. If I remember correctly, you guys in the chat can correct me. I mean, please do correct me. Issue 34, I believe, is the last issue of Oblivion Song. I didn't read issue 33. I hate getting to the end of a series I really like because I want it to marinate. I want to enjoy it, right? And I hate blowing right through it. And I'm not going to wait too long, but I just kind of don't want this to end. I think this was the last issue, if I remember correctly. Two Brothers Comics is Walking Dead is your favorite series out right now. I agree. And it's about to get crazy. They're going to get into some issues that I remember reading and being extremely shocked on what I was seeing on the pages happening to characters. Not what you're thinking either. There's some other stuff. There's some other subtle stuff that people forgot about after some other things. Either way. So staying in the indie section, we've got IDW is out with the Monster Temple Peak, Star Wars issue 3, The High Republic, Monster Hunted. Yes, I thought it said wanted there for a second. But adding that to the pile, more for the mini-me later on. If I do get a chance to read this, it's going to be pretty awesome. But more people filtering in. We're going to go over what this ran here in a little bit as people continue filtering in. We got Nick's Kicks and Comics. Ayo, what's up, everybody? And Luke's Comics is in the chat right now. This is a barn-burning, record-breaking new comic book day, and we're gonna buzz through these and talk a little bit about it. But Once in Future 21 is out. I have not kept up with this, but I've got it on the reading pile, and this is a really, really killer cover. I like this one, and I can't wait to read it. I know that the story kind of fell off for some people and some people dropped it. I decided, it was by pure chance that I forgot to take it off my pull list. And then the ordering got soft on it and they were starting to print things a little bit lower. So there's some 1 in 25 covers out there in the almost to the middle of the run where they're quite scarce. And it got to that point where it's like, okay, I don't know what's going to go on, or I don't know how far this is going to go just yet. But if they're going to end it, it might not be too far out. So I'm going to stick with it at least till the end. Paul Dunn says, tell me you got that tattoo ratio. Tattoo ratio? What tattoo ratio are you referring to? What title? I don't recall anything being called a tattoo issue or ratio, but they did a black and white variant for Once in Future number 21, and I still am kind of torn. I'm going to grab it just so I can complete the set, but man, I don't know. I feel like the black and white ones, you just remove all all color and then do a release. Once in Future 1 in 25. Oh, that's the Myers variant. Oh, I'm not sure. I haven't heard. I have not heard it as it referred to as the tattoo variant because it's the John Boy Myers variant, and this thing is absolutely straight fire. Man, I'm going out on a limb. I think this might be my cover pick of the week, but super, super, super cool. Glad to have that. That one, I gotta check to see what kind of numbers were ordered for this book eventually when we can find out, because this one might be pretty low on the printing. But we got so many books we got to clear and make room, because yes, I almost couldn't even stack these things up today. 3-in-1, baby. Nick's Kicks and Comics 3-in-1. Oh boy, you needed that one. 1 in 25, right? Yes. Yes, that was the 1 in 25 for Once in Future number 21. Oh boy. Making some room. I don't know about you guys, but this has been an exhausting week. Tattoo ratio happens when you carry a fresh from printer comic on your white yes. That's a good one. So we've gone through the Marvel books. We've gone through a chunk of the indie books. The only thing that's left that we haven't gone through is House of Slaughter. That is correct. The only thing we have not gone through yet is House of Slaughter. This is all House of Slaughter. This is every cover that could be ordered through my LCS, and these are some buttes. I'm telling you, every single copy is a 9.8 candidate. I could drop off this entire stack of books at CGC, and they're all going to get 9.8s. The 1 in 25 Myers Once in Future is stellar. We are moving on to House of Slaughter, and then we'll come back. I'm moving really quick. We're only 12 minutes in. I'm keeping it quick because, I want to see some books this week, right? House of Slaughter, cover A. I really like the purples. I really, really like the colors on this. I was worried that the trade dress at top was going to take away from the cover, but actually, no, I think I like it in person. Looking at it on screen, I wasn't quite sure, but looking at it in person, I'm digging it quite a bit. Then the unlockable variant is exactly what my hopes and dreams would look like. I mean, you look at a cover online and you can see it, but this thing looks amazing in person, and it's going to look even better in the slab. This right here is the book you take to a con to have Tinian and everyone else sign, all up in the purple. Like think, like silver marker or blood red metallic marker. Oh my God. That's calling my name. I'm not even a signature collector, but that would look really killer. Still not my cover pick of the week. I'm still sticking with the John Boy Myers 1 in 25 Once in Future 21 as my cover pick of the week. But these things look way better than I thought they would in person. Ghost Junk, what is up? Do you guys think House of Slaughter will be big later on? I'm going to get to that here after the books. Do I think it's going to be big? It kind of depends on what happens with Something's Killing the Children, right? Because this is obviously a spinoff series. And there's not a lot of things. There's not a lot of history to compare this to anything else as far as hot indie books that had spinoff series that were successes. It's just, I can't recall or think of anything that had a spinoff series. Walking Dead had a spinoff show, but not a spinoff book, right? So, I mean, I don't know. You think that'll be the show, not something's. You know what? I think that's a very interesting concept. Is that if they bring this universe to the screen, they might do House of Slaughter and then introduce Erica that way. That might be interesting. Fair response. I'm hyped either way. So I want to get into that. Do I think this? You know what? It's hard to say. 460,000 copies of this book were printed. This is second only to Berserker. It's going to be a struggle to see this book's values realized, to be honest with you. I'm buying what I love, and I'm going to love what I buy, and I paid the prices at my LCS because I want to support my LCS. From the very, very beginning, before people talked about the book, I asked them all covers, all copies. I want everything because I'm in love with Tinian's world here of something is killing the children, and then the spin-off series I know was going to be really good. So cover A had a foil variant, and this camera's not going to do this foil variant justice because I love foils, and it's just going to look amazing in a slab. It really is. Now, I remember spending a good chunk of the first part of this year telling people that I wanted to get away from buying so many variants. I want to cut back and just get cover A's and just read. And lo and behold, when they do something like this for a series that I'm really, really looking forward to or really, really into, I cave in. Now, I'm only allotting myself to and the ability to do this with 2 series in a given year. And unfortunately, I started with Star Wars and then did Berserker, and now House of Slaughter is here. Now I'm doing 3. So I'm going to have to make some serious choices and cut back on some books if I'm going to keep this going, whether it be Berserker or whether it be Star Wars I'm cutting back on. I'm not going to be cutting back on House of Slaughter. I'm not going to consider cutting back until at least the first 6 issues are out. But then we move on to that cover. I don't know what is B, what is C, what is D, what is E. I just kind of organized them as best as I could. Not too bad. Very interesting opening volley here for this cover. Obviously it paints a bit of a picture for the beginning of the story. Not too bad. What is a vampire's fruit? My boy over here says nectarine. Oh God, that's pretty good. J Hood's creative. Hi guys. Not sure if I remember to put this title on my poll. I'm sure your LCS will have plenty. This is the first major indie release from Boom Studios that is not returnable. Berserker was returnable for the beginning. This is not returnable, and 460,000 copies were ordered. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen here. But I really like the idea that they did this House of Slaughter sketch variant. I'm getting more and more into having sketches done, and I think I might have to do something with this one. I might have to look for an artist that's right up. Something is killing the children. House of Slaughter is gonna be right up their alley. So sketch variants are always fun to bring to conventions. And I didn't find any sketch variants or any saga books at Baltimore at all. It's like somebody went around and bought everything on Friday. Either way. So next up is this is the foil intermix variant. So I don't know if they want to call that a secret variant or what. What music do mummies like? God bless America, JP. Rap music. Mummies like rap music. Oh God, that's pretty good. Issues 2 and 3 will have sketches also. I know. You know what's crazy for having this first issue of House of Slaughter being ordered up to 460,000 copies. They're already doing a second printing, and there's a second printing variant. So you can look them up on League of Comic Geeks and find that cover there. Red and blue trade titles. Interesting. Good to know. But the foil intermix intermix variant is up next. And I thought I liked the first one better, the first foil. This one is in like a red version, and this camera does not do it justice. This seems to it's marked as a 1 in 10 intermix variant. So kind of like a secret variant, but what I really like actually is when they did the foils, the whole cover is foil, even the trade dress is foil. So the title up top tends to look like silver foil instead of just white ink. That turned out really, really good. Like I said, this is the biggest new comic book day I've done ever, and I was really excited for this. And I knew this was gonna be an ordeal. I saved up, worked on this, knew this was not going to be cheap. You promised me comics. I just filmed my haul video, and it's a doozy. Excellent. Look forward to seeing that. I gotta cut to the chase and get working on Motor City Comic Con footage and Baltimore. Baltimore? I think it's Monday again. But why don't mummies take time off of work? They're afraid to unwind. Oh, God. He's got the book out right now. Paul Dunn, what is up, man? Yes, absolutely. Oliver, good to see you. We're more than halfway through the books, but we'll do a quick recap. We're moving fast so that we can do a recap for everybody that's showing up a little bit later. But we are moving on to the heavy hitters here. This is the Deladera foil variant, 1 in 25, and this is stunning. These foil variants, these are way better than the Berserker foil variants, in my opinion. These things are absolutely stellar. I love these things. 1 in 25. There's going to be quite a bit of them out there. I don't know what the going rate is going to be for these. I will say, as we talk about these books, take care of your LCSs and your LCS will take care of you. My LCS definitely took care of me on these books. I did not pay anywhere near eBay prices. I got very fair pricing on these books, well under eBay prices and well under last sold prices. And because they knew that I was buying this and I'm working to get a whole set graded. And I told them that right up front when I talked to them quite a long while ago. I had even approached them about just flat out ordering 1,000 copies on my own just so that I could do that 1 in 1,000. But what am I going to do with 950 copies of a book? Get it all away? What am I going to do with that many books? Now, probably one of the most anticipated covers talked about in the last couple of months since it was released. And I like how this one turned out quite a bit. This one is dark and it is edgy. This is the 1 in 50 Bunel variant. And it's the Nice House on the Lake homage. And this turned out fantastic. It's a virgin variant. And it looks, well, of course it's a virgin variant. You can see it. You're looking right at it. But this turned out absolutely fantastic. Lots of great space in here for signatures and remarks for cons and shows. So this is looking really good. Mass giveaway, JP says, you hit rock bottom. Nick, you know what I mean, man? What happens when you touch Dwayne Johnson's butt? You hit rock bottom. 2 more, 3 more copies. We're at the heavy hitters. We're in the heavy hitters. This isn't going to be something that happens again. This is a monumentous, like, barn burning new comic book day. There's not going to be another comic book out that I'm going to love that much that's going to have this many variants that I'm going to order. And, you know, they're not doing variants of Saga, so I don't have to worry about that. Next up is the 1 in 100, and now we're getting into the heavy hitters. The Frizen variant that a lot of people have talked about looks absolutely fantastic in person. This one's going right into the CGC pile as well. Right behind that, burning up the tarmac right behind that, is the 1 in 200 Frizen foil. I love foils. Oh my God, this thing is gorgeous. This thing is stunning. Like, if you like foil covers, keep an eye on this and see if you can snag this on a dip and see if you can get a good deal on this. Because, you know, let's see, you do the math, right? If 460,000 copies were printed, and the 1 in 1,000 means there's 460 copies of the 1 in 1,000. That means there's half of that for the 1 in 500, which means there's just under half of that for these. So there should be quite a few of these floating around, and keep an eye on it on eBay. This is the Frizen foil is just, God, to die for. It comes out as a bronze-ish, gold-ish above his shoulders, and it looks really, really, really good. Like a copper cover. Steve White is in the house. What is up, man? We are getting to the very last book, and then we're going to go over the books one more time. Less than 1 per store, Paul Dunn says. It depends on how many stores ordered, right? Because if it's a 1 in 200 and the store orders 1,000 copies, then they should be getting 5 of those 1 in 200s. So, and if a store ordered 2,000, they should be getting 10, right? Foil definitely makes me happy. 2,300. You're talking, Paul Dunn said, can't wait for mine. I could be clicking these really quick. I'm tired. It's been a long week. I am really off my game. There's a lot going on. We'll talk about in a little minute here. Can't wait for mine. 2,300, he says. Less than 1 per store. Which copy are you talking about, man? By almost half. Which copy are you referring to? I'm looking in the chat and I don't quite see it. The Absolute Retro Nerd, welcome back, man. Good to see you again. What horror dad joke book is this, JP? 100% need this for my kid. Absolutely. Man, oh man. Evening all, James. Good to see you, man. It's Monday, right? Yeah, Paul, what copy or what book and what copy are 1 in 200 versus one per store? Oh, yeah. So that unlockable one was the one per store. Paul, you're right, man. You're right. So that's gonna be probably almost as rare as the 1 in 1,000. Absolutely. Actually, I think maybe. I don't know how many comic stores are around in the US. I know people have tried to extrapolate that over time and look that up. But the last book, and this thing is so minty, minty fresh. This is the 1 in 500 Del Mundo variant. Now, this should be the first cover appearance of this monster. And is it Del Mundo? Yeah, Del Mundo variant, 1 in 500. Absolutely fantastic. Last sale on this, well, I think was the 25th, and I think a copy went for 250. It'll be interesting. My prediction is the price of this book is probably going to go down in price at the very beginning as the market kind of sees that first volley of books out. But a 1 in 500 with 460,000 copies ordered roughly puts that at yeah, it'd be 8 9 like just under 1,000 copies, just under 1,000 copies for this book if I remember correctly. Just rough math off the top of my head. I am in love it with this book. Skeff and I talked about this since the very beginning when they released the cover, talking about how it is the first cover appearance of this monster for the series. And being a 1 in 500, we were kind of wondering what the print run was going to end up being. And could this be the book to look for? Could this be the book to chase for this set, for this series? But I'm in love with this cover. I really am in love with this cover. So we're going to hit up this chat real quick here. And then we're going to go back through the books backwards real quick. But once again, this was a barn burning, record breaking new comic book day for a total of $434.97. That's the most I've spent on a new comic book day Wednesday ever in my entire life. And I don't ever want to do that again if I don't have to, but we planned ahead. We knew this was going to be a big one. In fact, I thought the 1 in 1,000 was going to drop this week. Thankfully, the 1 in 1,000 got delayed a week. That makes it a little bit easier to budget through this, because this is not something I do not recommend ordering $400 or $500 worth of books on a Wednesday unless you're a retailer or getting a bunch of stuff graded and moving it. Either way, 101 best Halloween dad jokes, dad life website. Very cool. I had to look that up, man. That's funny. Why are ghosts terrible liars? Because you can see right through them. Yep, that's going to be a never-ending run of jokes. Don't give it away, your secret, JP. I nearly fainted on how much he spent. Yeah, Mark. So did I. But like I said, you do the old plan where you take out a little envelope and put $20, $30, $40 a week in there. I saved up, I chipped away at it, and then set that aside so that I'd have that available. We planned ahead, much like if you're buying a car, buying a vehicle, or buying a house or something like that. You're planning ahead, you're working at saving up. I definitely saved up for this new comic book day. I highly recommend saving up and not just buying $500 worth of books on a whim on a Wednesday. So, like I said, it's been a long, long, long week. Baltimore was one hell of a trip. It took a lot out of me. We were up late rehashing stuff on a lot of great shows, and that's awesome. I am definitely looking forward to doing a Baltimore. I'm going to do multiple pieces of content for Motor City and for Baltimore. I'm going to do a walkthrough type of video, potentially a haul type of video, or some sort of a recap either way. And I got a secret video that I'm going to be doing from Motor City Comic Con. Baltimore is going to be just one experience video, right? I don't know how long it's going to be, but the run out there, the time we spent out there, all the fun we had, and all the great pictures we were able to take, and then wrap it all up with a ride back and drop that one for Baltimore. Because the recap videos that we did on Supplements Comics and Tales from the Flip Side were fantastic content. I know Bearded Comic Bro just dropped his content either yesterday, last night, or today. We're going to check that out. And if I've already shared the hauls, I've already not communicated, but shared a ton of content on IG through Baltimore. So I don't think I'll do a haul video. I might see if some people want to get together to recap it on this channel, maybe, potentially, but for sure, set goals. Absolutely. Steve White bought 21 books at $127. So not as bad as I thought. Why are skeletons so calm? Because nothing gets under their skin. Yes, I did do that one. We did do that one at work today. That was a good one. But backwards really quickly before we run too much longer. I've got Modern Men is going to record reading Canto tonight as well to drop on the Comic Core. So I'm looking forward to that. But going backwards, right back in the stack they were. The 1 in 500 is definitely going to go to CGC, into the pile to go to CGC. 9-8 candidate. This thing is flawless. Well, if it was flawless, it'd be a 10, right? This thing looks impeccable. So this is going to go to a presser and cleaner just for a quick clean and just for a good once over on the interior pages. Somebody that knows what they're doing handling the books to check interiors. Make sure that book is going to come back. Like basically, I'm going to paint a pre-screen without actually sending it to CGC, so I don't have to wait a month to see if, or several months to see if it's going to be a 9-8 or not. But we've got the Frizzen foil 1 in 200. I still think the 1 in 25 Once in Future 21 is my cover pick of the week. That John Boy Myers cover is straight fire. But this foil, Frizzen foil, is absolutely killer. I'm loving that. Set that aside. Then we've got the 1 in 100 Frizzen variant, and we all know how well the Something is Killing the Children 1 Frizzen variants are doing. Don't know if this is going to go that far. I did read this book, actually. I completely forgot to talk about reading this book. I did get to read through this book. I liked the twist at the end. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but this definitely leaves me wanting to read more. I'm very interested. It's got a very comfortable, very familiar feeling as far as that Something is Killing the Children world, and I think they're doing a great job. This is a great opening volley for this series. Where are we at? Then we got the 1 in 50. Now, this is the one, like we talked about. This was the one that a lot of people were talking about, that Nice House on the Lake homage. And at a 1 in 50, there's going to be a lot of these to go around. So a lot of the collectors are going to be able to get what they're looking for with that. Then we've got the 1 in 25, and I was actually surprised at how amazing this came out, this foil. Because it's a virgin foil, and it's looking absolutely fantastic. But yeah, Frizzens are unobtainable for me. No retailer in Australia would have purchased enough copies. Really? Interesting. Interesting. Wow, nobody in Australia purchases enough copies for those variants. How do you fix a broken jack-o'-lantern? Just use a pumpkin patch. Oh, JP. Wow, man. And then the 1 in 10 foil intermix variant turned out absolutely fantastic too. I like the purple colors, but I like that they did a color swap with this with the whole red background. And like we talked about, the trade dress foils have an awesome amount of silver going on for the title at the top. And I think that actually looks way better than just the white title. So here we are. Speaking of white, we've got that sketch variant, House of Slaughter. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I think then I'm going to be too busy at C2E2, but we'll have to find a show where somebody's there, Deladera maybe, or Sheehan or somebody, and see if we can get something going on with this and actually get it certified through CGC, or verified, if you will. Because then we've got, yeah, that's the order we went. That's the cover B, I think, or the cover C. Can't quite remember. And then the foil variant for cover A is looking really good. And like I said, we're just blowing right through these. Then this is the one that Paul Dunn was talking about, the unlockable variant. Now, it's listed as an unlockable variant, but if you guys have me corrected correctly, this is a 1 per store variant. So if this is a 1 per store variant, this could be as limited as the 1 in 1,000, maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of 400 to 600, 700 copies, maybe. And the 1 in 1,000 is going to be about 460 to 500 copies. Purple's my thing, Mark says. I'm digging it as well. That's just the House of Slaughter books. Then, yes, there's cover A. Cover A. We've seen it 3 times already. But hey, then we've got the Once in Future 1 in 25 John Boy Myers cover. This is just absolutely fantastic. This is going to look really good slabbed up. I can't wait for that. It's probably around 3,500, to be honest. You think there's that many comic shops in the country? 3,500 comic shops? I don't know. I mean, down where I live, there's 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I'm trying to think in regions and zones for where I live. And I don't think Michigan has that many comic shops. Over in Detroit, sure, but that John Boy cover is going to be a severely under-ordered book. That's why I'm sticking with Once in Future, is because I think where they're going with artists and where they're going with this book, I'm not even talking about the story. I'm just talking about the art and the covers. I think the under-ordering of that book is going to, I don't know. I hate to miss out on it is where I'm at. I don't want to miss out on that. Then you got the Once in Future cover A 21, and now all the books are out of order. There were 3,200 registered before the small shops popped up. Oh, okay. Good to know. Like I was saying, I have no idea how many shops there are out there, but I don't know, 5, 6, 700, but 3,200, that's definitely, I was nowhere near there. Don't forget the 10 shops in the whole of Australia. Oblivion Song 34 is out. This is the last issue in the series, if I remember correctly. Ian Fiddler, happy new comic book day, man. We're just about halfway through on the books for the second go around. And oh, White Tiger, you dropped Once in Future after 20. Man, see if you can snag that John Boy Myers cover, because then Walking Dead Deluxe number 25 is out. That's probably going to be the next thing I flip through and read. Then we've got all of the IG 88 covers, all the variants. I'm digging the Han Solo and Carbonite being held up by him. Then I think this is just like the back of the action figure cards. Or maybe this is the back of the action figure. Let me rephrase that. The action figure variants. Maybe this is the back of those packages with the information on it. Either way, then we've got cover A here. Cover A is probably one of the better ones out of that group, in my opinion. And now there's books sliding everywhere. So time to make a second pile. Daredevil 35 is out. Most underrated ongoing series with Marvel, and I'm glad I have not let go of this one and picking through it. Zdarsky is still just killing it. Then the black and white Once in Future 21. Then we've got the Star Wars High Republic number 3. Monster Hunted, the Monster Temple Peak. Like I said, adding that to the mini-me pile, I think that'll be a really fun read for him in time. And then speaking of time before time number 6 is out, this will be the issue where I find out if they got me hooked or if it's a catch and release program, because I kind of, the way it's being presented, the way the time travel is being presented is a little bit difficult to keep up with. But IG 88, we're back again here with the 1 in 25. Not quite a 1 in 25 cover, in my opinion, but that's there for the set. And then they did a black and white variant of cover A that's not really like a cut and dry black and white. Like, where did I put the other one? So this is, this is like a flat out straight black and straight white. And then you've got that. So just like the colors kind of removed, but the gray scale is still there, or I don't know what artists call it when it's just gray, but good looking stuff. Then the last book, Darth Vader 17 is out. This pack run has been fantastic, so I'm looking forward to reading that. But it's going to be one of those nights where I'm going to hang out with Modern Men. We're going to record Canto, and then I'm going to crash and call it a night and get some rest. Number of meetings tomorrow, and hopefully I can get some work done on some content from the conventions, because I'm really looking forward to seeing what I can challenge myself to do with that record. I recorded so much video. I have no excuses as far as creating content for Motor City Comic Con and Baltimore Comic Con. But the colorless variant, Mark Cuddy Sark says, absolutely. Okay. Discovery Big Comics, what is up, man? You all have been discovered. That must mean, is he live right now? Is he peeping on people like Perry's people in the Peepers chat? Either way, that's new comic book day. That's a massive amount of books. It is a barn-burning, record-breaking new comic book day down here in the Comic Dojo for a grand total, and this is coming back up again, a grand total of $434.79. Seriously, the most money I've ever spent on a Wednesday on just new comic books. That's no back issues. That's just new comic book day books and the variants that go with them. So that is nuts, man. You knew Perry was a peeper, but Discovery Bay being a peeper, I don't know, man. Perry's has not been in tonight, but boy, oh boy. Ooh, so like I said, that's new comic book day. So as far as announcements, there's going to be a couple more Whatnot auctions going on, because the Baltimore trip actually was funded by the fund for the C2E2 trip. So we've got plenty of time, maybe another Whatnot auction or two to help fund the gas and the food and whatnot. But there are plenty of books sitting here that definitely need a new home. And the most important part about this whole experiment is that I now need room for 2 giant more stacks of books. I got to make room down here. I've already been told I'm not allowed to expand beyond what I have storage wise. I might have some wiggle room in there a little bit, but it's really simply about creating room for new comic books to come in so that we can have fun with those. But holy moly, man, it's been great. It's been a rush of a Wednesday. It really has. Do I have all of the covers? Do I not have all the covers? Are they damaged? Are they not damaged? You know what? Speaking of that, the Star Wars books actually looked a lot better this week than they did last week. And I forgot to ask my LCS, did they get shipped through Penguin or did they get shipped through somewhere else? I don't know. I forgot to ask. But don't forget to tune in to the Comic Core and check out Modern Men, because once again, we're going to be recording tonight and we're going to read Canto, and it is going to be a blast. Feel free to send me those Frizen House of Slaughter to make room. No, we're getting rid of books that are worth more because they're older, so that we can keep all these frilly these new books that people don't want. You know what I mean? People don't like modern books. They want, older books, right? Either way, Mitchell, Joel, good to see you. Thanks for being here, man. We've just wrapped up New Comic Book Day, and it was a barn burner. So if you can catch the replay, that'd be great. We're going to keep this a little bit short. Basically, we go through all of the books in the first 15 minutes, I think. 12 to 18 minutes. We go through all the books. So then if they don't want to stay to watch the rest of the show, they don't have to. No need to clip micro content for that right now. We're going to work on the content for Motor City and for Baltimore Comic Con coming up here soon. There was a guy selling the 1 in 100 for 50 and the 200 for 100. Yeah, that's not surprising. That's actually kind of probably where that's going to land for a bit. 1 in 100 for 50. Yeah, actually, yeah. That's what my LCS was asking for, the books on the shelf. I know because I ordered everything, I got a little bit better pricing. You know what I'm saying? Take care of your LCS, and your LCS is going to take care of you. You pick up your books every week, everything that you order, like even the books that I mistakenly order and don't want, I pick those up a lot of times too. The Batman Fortnite stuff was out. That was the one thing that I asked. I'm like, hey, this was on my pull list and I forgot to drop it. A friend was buying these books, or I was picking these books up for a friend, and that friend moved away. And these aren't ones. The Batman Fortnite ones aren't going to be anything I'm going to read, because that was another $30 or $35, and they graciously said, "Yeah, no worries, no problem. Don't worry about that at all." You missed that deal, oh man. Down in Florida, hit up Tats today. Such a great store, awesome stuff, man. When do they start taking care of you, asking for a friend? I mean, customer service should be right up front all the time, but $75 for the 1 in 100 for my LCS. Oh man. But that's just a ton of books. I cannot wait to get this 1 in 500 graded. I'm going to set these down. That's 2 major piles. Man, I feel like this is Monday 3.0, trying to get through this week going on right now. But we're going to get ready to do Modern Men. As far as announcements are going, we talked about there's going to be another Whatnot auction if people are interested in hanging out in the dojo. Whether you're buying books or not, partying down in the dojo has always been a blast. C2E2 is just around the corner. I'm hoping that Whatnot is able to go to C2E2, because I've put my interest in with the Whatnot group crew that I'd be interested in doing a live show from C2E2 one of those days. I think that would be a ton of fun. I think it'd be great to let my personality out and have a blast out there, because they had a killer time at New York Comic Con. I know they've got Emerald City Comic Con going on, and I don't know if they're going to do like back to back stuff. Like Emerald City, I think, is beginning of December. So I don't think there's much of a break between that and C2E2 in Chicago. Either way, it'd be fantastic if they do make it. But that's really kind of the announcement. So, Mark the Cutty Shark, you're welcome, man. Thanks for being here. This connective tissue that we call comic books is fantastic, right? But the most fantastic thing every week are all of you that come back and hang out, hit those reaction buttons and subscribe and talk comic books, because this is, wow, this was a mega haul with House of Slaughter going on this Wednesday. The 1 in 1,000 got delayed a week and is going to be next week. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And I'm a little apprehensive, because when they delay a book that's that big, a 1 in 1,000, and it doesn't get shipped with all the other House of Slaughter books, it gets put in the mix with other books. And sometimes when you mix stuff up with other books, I don't know how they pack. Like, are they going to put an indie with Marvel books, or no, because it doesn't ship with that. Either way, I'm a little apprehensive, because it just kind of opens up for the potential for other things to happen. So if that 1 in 1,000 shows up, I'm hoping that thing is as crispy clean as the rest of these House of Slaughter books, because that's going to go right to getting graded. Always awesome live, dude. Keep it up. Thanks, man. Thank you for being here. I absolutely love going live. I buy what I love so that I'll love what I buy, and then I continue to do this because I love to do it and hang out with you guys. This has been a very interesting, fun time doing live streaming and spending time on YouTube and building the channel and there's only good things to come for 2022 as far as content, as far as new comic book day, as far as gonna try dipping my toes into the 4K world for when it comes to conventions. People can literally feel like they're walking into a convention if they're not there. Because let's be honest, not everybody can make every comic book convention in the country. So the ones that I make, if I can put together the content that people are interested in seeing on the con floor, that's what I'm looking forward to trying and doing for 2022. But yes, JP, later, Andy in the chat. Thanks for being here, man. Did somebody say Krispy Kreme? I did say Krispy Kreme. Those books were crispy and they were definitely creamy. And we're going to round this out. Skeff, catch the rewind, man. That 1 in 500 came out amazing, and it is a pristine book. Like I said, this connective tissue that is comic books is fantastic, but the most fantastic thing all day, every week, or all of you that continue to come back here, hang out, catch the rewinds, talk about the books that you guys are interested in and that I shouldn't be missing out on. So Don Davis, thanks for being here every week, telling me that I am crazy for not buying more DC books. Mitch Joel, thanks for always being in the Comic News Weekly at Simpleman's Comics Group and coming over here to check out books and commenting in the show. I really appreciate you guys, and leave comments down below for the books that are your cover pick of the week, your read of the week, and what you're most anticipating next Wednesday. That'd be really cool. I haven't talked to you in forever. Yeah, we just talked a little. Solo Wookie, yes, the 1 in 500 solo. We will shout that out. We will show that off one more time as we go to close out here, because this thing is absolute straight fire of a book. This thing looks absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to get this graded. So there you have it. Thank you everybody for coming. Y'all know how I'm going to do this, right? I'm going to go peace out. I'm going to go pinkies out. I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side for the next one. And remember, the most important part all day, every day, stay original and take care of each other. See you guys.
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.
Excuse me while I change. The roller boogie has made me sweaty. Yeah. I love gold. I love gold. I love gold.